Hey everyone, this is Ross, and we're going around today and we're looking at different figs and just reviewing some varieties that I find to be really spectacular, just above the rest, that perform better, taste better, have better attributes, you name it. We're growing somewhere around 200 varieties in this crazy forest here on the patio of different figs. And this is one that's a standout every year. I'm making many copies of it. Who can tell what this leaf is? Who can tell what this variety is by the leaf? This is called Ronde Bordeaux, and you can see the fig actually behind it here. We have a few of them ripening up. This one's not, probably the perfect ripeness here, but this is definitely ripe. And what I like to do is actually kind of let them dry up on the tree, because they can do that here. And that's a really awesome characteristic of something that I certainly hold dearly. In my cool, rainy climate, it's got to have great rain resistance. And the nice thing about Ronde Bordeaux, it's among the earliest. It's among the earliest figs. It has pretty good rain resistance, but it does split. And I've heard a lot of people have issues with splitting, but I honestly have had very few Ronde Bordeaux split for me, if ever. And I've had actually we saw some last year that got to dry up on the tree. It's got a nice complex berry flavor to it, as both of the Bordeaux type figs do, Violet de Bordeaux and Ronde Bordeaux. This is my mother tree here that I've actually had for a few years. We got this one from PA Figs. Shout out to Nick if he's watching. And it put out a lot of fruit for me last year. We chopped it all the way down to the base and sold some cuttings, and put this guy in the ground. He was very slow to wake up, so there's not much fruit on here, unfortunately. We had too many rocks around the base. Too many of these rocks were cooling the soil too much, and as a result, it just didn't wake up and it didn't perform at all this year. But it's growing, and I've got a number of air layers on because I want to propagate this. I want to have many copies of it in pots. Maybe not necessarily in the ground, but this is of the earliest figs, right? And it's got pretty good rain resistance. So that combination right there means that this is a fig that you're going to want to have in the ground in a shorter season climate. You can see the fruits are forming now with no pinching, but it's just too late in the season. This variety, unfortunately, when you prune it really hard, it responds with lots of growth and it doesn't like to fruit. So it's important to kind of keep that in mind. If you are going to prune your tree very hard, don't expect too much fruit from this variety. Let's take you guys over to the table here. We'll cut it open, show you guys what the inside looks like, and talk about the flavor here. I'll put you guys down so I can have some hands while I cut this fig with a knife. Yikes. This ain't working too well. Okay, there we go. All right, let's cut this guy open. The eye is sometimes quite open on these, and bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Here's the inside, guys. It's got an interesting pattern and with the achenes in here, and people always can recognize this fig actually from the achenes, the interior of the fig. It's kind of crazy how some people have been able to determine that, but there it is. It's nice dark red. I would say the berry flavor is somewhere in the middle, not too intense, but it's quite complex. And I think for the flavor, it's definitely a 3 out of 5, maybe a 3.5, probably a 3.5 out of 5. Especially when you can get it to dry up on the tree. But for other reasons, I really highly value this fig. So there's even people growing this commercially down in Africa. They have orchards of this fig. It's crazy. So yeah, if you want to grow this, you want to grow a really special fig that can be grown almost anywhere. It really can. This is the variety. It's got great attributes here in this climate. It does well here. It tastes great. It's of the earliest to ripen. It's just a winner almost everywhere. So that's Ronde Bordeaux. And yeah, we'll catch you all soon. All right, guys, and take care. We'll see you for tomorrow's video.